Hi, this is Rod Farrell from Websites with Purpose. I'm going to show you today how you can edit the content of your website. Now traditionally you had to go to a programmer to do this and it cost a lot of money, but if you have a Joomla website it's very simple. First thing you need to do is log into the website. In this case we have a login button on the menu. It may be somewhere else on your website, but if you don't know where that is, ask your website administrator. So I'm going to log on here, simply click on the button and up comes our login screen. In there you put in your username and password and log in. A couple of things will change as soon as that's logged in. Firstly, you see we've got a new menu here. This is your user menu. That may be set up differently for different people. In this case, we have an edit profile button where you can go in, change your password or your email address. You can add an article. That's what we're going to do today. You can manage an events calendar, such as this website has. We're not going to look at that though today. What we're looking at is how to edit or add new content. Firstly, editing. You'll see on the existing article there is now a button up here to allow you to edit the article. If you don't have that, that means that you haven't been given the right level of access to be able to edit. Again, speak to your webmaster. I'm just going to click on that button and the screen that comes up now will be one that's probably fairly familiar to you. Certainly if you've used Outlook or Word, you'll be edit screen. Most people will be very familiar with that. Couple of things you need to be aware of when you're editing an article. The first line up here should always be a heading 1. You set that in this button, this drop down box here. Preferably if you have a subheading, that should be a heading 2. These are used by Google to help rank your site. Those headings should also contain words that you want to be listed as keywords. The actual text is very simple and straightforward to edit. What I'm going to show you is a couple of things specific to Joomla or to this editor. One is how we add an image. I'm going to add an image up here. We're just going to click on the spot where I want it, click the image button, and up comes a screen showing me a list of the various images that are stored on the server, and I also have the ability to browse and upload images from my own computer. In this case I'm just going to grab one of these images and I'm going to set it to be on the right hand side of the text and insert. That's all there is to adding an image. This one's a little bit big for this particular page, but it's just there for an example. The second button I'm going to show you is read more. If you have a long article, you don't want to fill up your front page with that one great big long article. So you have an introduction and then you put in a read more button. Click there and click read more. Where that red line is, that's where the article will be broken. There'll be a read more button on the website. When people click that, then they see the whole article. That's very useful for managing your front page. There are two more things you need to be aware of here. Section and categories. These are ways that we use to sort the data on your website. A section or a category, depending how your website's set up, may be the thing that identifies which menu item your article should sit under. So in this case, if I click Ministries, it will sit under the Ministries menu item because that shows articles in a blog style listing. Published, yes or no? Quite simply, if you half write an article, you can save it, go have lunch, come back and finish it off. Whether you want to show it on the front page, again, is self-explanatory, yes or no, and it'll appear on your front page. The author alias. Most websites we don't show the author name, but you can, if yours is set to show the name of the person who writes the article, you can put in an alias there. Start publishing is when you want the article to be published. I can write an article today that doesn't get published for another week or fortnight. Good way to trick your boss into thinking that you're actually at work. You can set a date for it to finish publishing. With these, we simply click on this button and it brings up a little calendar. We select the date we want. Further down, we have two very important areas: meta description and keywords. Meta description is the description that Google will display to anybody that finds your website when they do a search. The way they'll find that website is searching using keywords, and you put your keyword. These are keywords you think people will search on if they're looking for content that exists on this page. Having done all of that, we click on the Save button, and we'll be able to see the changes straight away. So now you can see we have this image on the article, and we've got the Read More button. Read More allows us to have multiple articles on the front page without it getting too big. If I click that Read More button, it will take me to a page showing the whole article. And there we have it. Obviously we need to do a bit of tailoring of the size of that image and position to make it look a bit more presentable. But that is how you edit content on your website. Of course, when you're finished, log out. Always log out of your website. When you click that button, it brings up the logout page, so make sure you click both. Must do this for security. We don't want anybody coming past your desk to have access to add things onto your website.